but that's what I'd like to see. I want to see the country survive.
Dr. Phil interviewed President Trump, and then afterwards, Dr. Phil talked to the audience about what they felt about Trump. Did they see him in a new light? Was there anything new brewing, as if we don't know enough about Donald Trump? But some of the answers were kind of interesting. Take a look at this.
So watching your interview today, I think it actually gave me an interpretation that I've never had of him before. And us not seeing him more, it actually kind of hurts people on judging him. I guess if that's what the media wants to do, then they're doing a very good job at it.
Yeah, you bet. All right. The question was asked, I would vote for a convicted felon for president of the United States. 91% say yes, and then Keith and a few stragglers say no. So 91% of the people say yes, and I don't know if that's because they think that's kind of a bogus conviction or if they think it's a white-collar conviction or something. That's something we need to drill down more on, but 91% of the people say they would.
Okay, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say that 90% of people would not vote for a convicted felon if they were, say, convicted of rape or murder. They probably would not. But obviously, as it pertains to that question, they're talking about this ridiculous sham New York City case, which was that Donald Trump paid off a porn star and his lawyer in the books wrote that it was legal fees. His accountant in the books wrote it was for legal fees, and somehow Alvin Bragg convinced a jury that that this had something to do with election interference, in essence, right? That this was somehow breaking campaign finance laws. Okay, so that's what the convicted felon Donald Trump did. You know, the main thing here is this isn't about Donald Trump and it's not about Joe Biden or anything else. The main thing is, can we fix America? For all the problems we just showed you, the drug use in Los Angeles, the Hamas supporters in DC and everything else, can we fix America? Is there a way to fix America? I think Donald Trump knows that there is.
You don't have time to get even. You only have time to get right.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that.
It does.
And sometimes revenge can be justified, Phil. I have to be honest.
No,
sometimes it can. You know, the word revenge is a very strong word, but maybe we have revenge through success. But that's what I'd like to see. I want to see the country survive, because this country is not going to survive like this.
Isn't that it? Like, that's Trump at his best. What would the best revenge be? Would the best revenge be we're going to jail all these people and there'll be no 3 branches of government and all the things that they're trying to scare the shit out of you with? No. What would the best revenge for Donald Trump be? It would be the success of America. If those interest rates started going down and then more people could afford cars and more people could afford houses, and then the economy starts chugging along and we start feeling good, and then there's a restoration, like, oh, America is good. Maybe we shouldn't hand it to the jihadists, and maybe we should have basic law and order in our cities. And oh, why don't we have a border? Because we have something beautiful and it's worth protecting. We could do all of that. And I think there's a chance we might, because what's going on in Europe right now with those elections we just mentioned is evidence that they're waking up over there. Let's not be 10 years past them and not figure this out for another 10 years. Let's figure it out now. Hey, don't click away just yet, because today's video is brought to you by our friends at 1775 Coffee. Guys, instead of waking up tomorrow morning and drinking your mold-infested, big corporation-owned, woke ideology coffee that's probably making you sick from the pesticides it's sprayed with, try Rumble 1775 Coffee. Support freedom of speech and build a parallel economy that actually values you. Go to 1775 Coffee right now and pick up your first bag. Use code Rubin to save 10% off your first order.